stand, but trust they my biggest fan. Yeah, they stay.
Tonight, the ladies of N'Style Atlanta Uncut reunite for a dramatic reckoning.
N'Style Atlanta Uncut. Y'all know the reunion, baby. We so glad you can make it, cause we about an hour late on the reunion. You so late.
Oh, I know. I know.
You know. The day of reckoning, y'all. Ready?
Ready?
I'm ready. See what's going on with these girls in here.
Wait. Hold on. Wait. Well, I got a whole picture.
In Jesus' name. Satan is a lie. And a devil.
All right, well, it looks like it's time to get this reunion started. All right. Sounds like everybody's amped up already. Let me go check in and see what's going on. I heard twerking and all kinds of stuff happening over here.
I got a team of head busters ready. Give them the word. You want it?
How are you? Oh, yes. I'm all about the feathers.
I love it. Y'all got a party happening in here.
This is Lisa Nicole right here. Lisa Nicole.
Lisa
Thank
Nicole,
you.
okay.
Yes.
Hey, Jen.
Hi, beautiful.
You look beautiful.
Right? So do you.
That is
You
her
better get
color.
cup. Y'all don't
Red Bull, I get wings. I don't
We
drink
got
alcohol.
wings, girl.
Okay. I know you don't drink, so okay, you just getting to y'all got a party. Candace, you good? What's in your cup?
You don't want to know what's in there.
All right, well, I'm looking forward to it. See you ladies in a minute. Good evening, soulmates. I'm Crystal Jordan, and tonight we have a media alert as I welcome you to the first ever N'Style Atlanta Uncut Reckoning. So let's get right into it and introduce you to the cast. First up, we have the boss lady herself, Carmen Simmons, Sky Smith, Jet Black, Shayla Ray, CJ, Destiny Faith, The Lana Hampton, and Jordan. N'Style Atlanta Uncut, The Reckoning starts now.
I'm the one they cannot stand, but trust they my biggest fan. I'm the one they cannot stand, but trust they my biggest fan. Yeah, they stay talking about me, and they stay thinking about me. I'm that bitch, it ain't my fault. They hoes talk about me like they blogs. I'm the one they cannot stand, but trust they my biggest fan. I'm the one they cannot stand, but trust they my biggest fan. Yeah, they stay.
In an effort to streamline the business and to be more efficient, Carmen made some changes to the brand and methods to execute them, creating a layer of authority between herself and the rest of the team. So she brought in Nina Blanca to manage the ladies and to assign projects with some unexpected and explosive results. Let's take a look.
Carmen has a team of solid young ladies and everybody's doing their thing. But like I said, I'm the one to come and gel everything together. Everybody could use a little polishing, so I'm coming to bring my shine her up, and I'm gonna shine these bitches up. I'm gonna make them do what they need to be doing.
I really feel like, I think Nina's, I think she's talking out the side of her neck, and I'm really trying to hold it together, but
Baby, take some. That Nina, she almost caught it. Like, I be trying to be cool, but that mouth of hers, it's a certain way that you talk to people.
My problem is you brought me here to get these bitches in check.
Bitches.
But it does
Bitches.
not mean.
Do you hear that though? Bitches. No, you sit here talking about respect. Now you can't even sit here and talk about respect, and you gonna automatically sit here and call some fucking bitches. You want respect? You ain't gonna get no respect.
There was a new sheriff in town for the N'Style Atlanta staff meeting, and she was handing out evaluations left and right. Now, Carmen, what was the goal for bringing Nina and adding her to the mix?
So Nina is pretty much second in charge.
Okay.
Because I spent a lot of time producing, I spent a lot of time going out into the field and editing, and it became too overwhelming. So I needed a second person to come in and to hand out assignments, to follow up with emails, and to make sure that the team is doing what they need to do when they're out in the field. Because if I'm doing everything, then I can't do the most important aspect, which is monetizing the content that we're producing. And so I brought in Nina in order to handle more of the creative aspect of N'Style Atlanta.
Okay, and I'm gonna ask you on that because, you know, we understand that you're very busy, but did something in particular happen that made you think, you know what, I need to bring in somebody else that can actually kind of be the buffer between me and the rest of the team?
Yeah, so I've known most of the team for a long time. Like my senior correspondents are Jet and Sky, and then we have Shayla, and then we bring CJ, and then we bring Destiny.
Okay.
But because I've known the ladies for now over 20 years, we're more like friends.
Okay.
And so sometimes it's a little bit hard to give direction without getting a rebuttal because we're friends and we talk like girlfriends. And so if I bring somebody in that isn't their friend and could just, you know, come in and say, hey, I'm noticing this, I'm noticing that, and just be more of a supervisor role instead of homegirl, then certain things might be more effective.
Okay. All right, that's a little risky. That's a little risky
It
with a
is,
team
but-
that's disconnected. But all right, I'm gonna come over here to Jet. Let me ask you, Jet, what did you think of Nina's initial evaluation of you?
I actually didn't think of her. I mean, she was just there. No, actually, I mean, she pretty much summed me up. I mean, that's what I do.
Okay.
And that's what I told her. That's just me. So everyone can get the same treatment. Hey, how you doing? What's going on? Like, I'm the bubbly, silly person, and like she said, I know everybody. I can't help that I know everybody. And I know, you know, with the time is everything. Time is money. So I'm not gonna spend a whole time reminiscing when I know I'm supposed to be doing the interview on the carpet. Like, I know how this goes. Because if I didn't know how it goes, then guess what? I wouldn't be here, right? Okay. But there's also a way that you speak to people and a way that you talk to people and that a way that you request things.
And how you handle people. Not to cut you off, Jet, but I'm just saying.
What you did. But it's okay.
I'm just saying.
Okay, Destiny. Let's come over here to you because you mentioned, you know, there's a way to handle people. Part of Nina's evaluation about you was the fact that you came in the meeting like really late. Really late. And it seems like that happens often, right?
Even on the Zoom.
Even on the Zoom. But when she asked you why you were late, you mentioned that you have a long commute and also that you had glam issues, right? So I guess my question is, do you think that you have time management issues? Because everybody has to commute to a certain extent, right? And everybody has glam, right?
That's true.
Okay.
And I mean, yes and no, and I say that because at that time, I would say yes, but now I would say no, as far as time management, because that is something that I am trying to critique, if that, you know, makes sense, because I am aware that I'm late often, you know, and I'm a person that takes accountability, so I do not mind, you know, taking ownership, saying that. However, just to piggyback off of what Jet was saying pertaining to Nina, it is a way how you handle people, you know, it is a way how you come to a person and how you speak to a person to where a person may feel respected or a person may feel like, okay, you know, she's coming from a good place, although she's trying to help me, but I can see where she's coming from, opposed to just attacking someone.
Did you feel in like you think you're a boss bitch?
Did you feel attacked?
To a certain extent. However, I know that I was at fault for being late, so, you know, me looking back at that time, you know, I can honestly say that I was at fault, but still, it's the way that you come to people.
I appreciate the fact that you take accountability for it, but I guess I'm wondering, are you appreciative of this opportunity, being a part of this team that, you know, gets these amazing opportunities, you're getting a chance to live out your dreams, and you're still not able to kind of get it together? What do you think is a disconnect for you?
I mean, I'm very much so appreciative, and I know there's areas, which is me being late, I can work on. And it is something that I am trying to work on, and I am working on, opposed to what other people say and feel and where they come from, because they're not always on time either, which does not make it right.
But you don't point
just saying,
the fingers.
you
We're
know,
talking about you, sweetie.
You know, but don't focus on me. So, you know, that's my point. So, you know what I mean? I just feel like, for me, I know that it's something that I have to work on, and it is something that
So you're in the process
I'm
of
going
working.
to, yes.
Okay. Last question for Carmen. Where do we go with this?
On your end, not mine.
Are there consequences? Is there a stopping point where you're no longer going to accept Destiny being late?
I think Destiny is feeling it. I think Destiny sees other people on the team doing more interviews and being present for different opportunities, and she hasn't gotten the call to do those same opportunities, but it's because the lateness is a huge issue, especially in this industry. You can't show up in corporate America an hour late.
And
You'll be
can't.
fired. You know, we have opportunities where we can do things on set, but she's even late for those.
Soulmates, we want to hear all your thoughts on all this tea going on live right now. You can tweet at N'Style Atlanta Uncut, and also don't forget to use the hashtag N'Style Atlanta Uncut. We'll be right back.
When they cannot stand, but trust they my biggest fan. They stay.
Welcome back to N'Style Atlanta Uncut, The Reckoning. We're catching up with N'Style Atlanta team to fill in some of the blanks and answer some of the questions that we saw during the season. All right, I'm coming over here to CJ. All right, now you made a statement this season that you felt like the team would be a lot further if you had been there earlier. What did you mean by that?
That's what I want to know. I want to see how.
Absolutely.
What do you mean by that?
Absolutely. I mean, I just felt like when it came to certain interviews or being on certain carpets, yeah, we could have been a lot farther. I feel like certain things would have been taken more seriously, but because it wasn't, then that's where they are now. So
Interesting.
Did you feel comfortable sharing that with your other teammates, or
it was never asked.
Right. Okay.
But if it was asked, I would have told it. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Come over here to Shayla. Now, you know CJ had a lot of experience prior to coming to N'Style Atlanta, right? You know about her working at Bossip. She was doing her thing. Did you feel like she was going to be an addition to the team when you learned that she was coming on board?
I mean, I'm not trying to be shady or anything like that, but I really didn't know her. Really? Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't. So I hadn't heard of her. And I'm not trying to say that to be shady. I just really didn't. But I felt like me, the type of person that I am when I get to know somebody, you know, I really go off of the energy and the vibe that I get. And it has really nothing to do with anything else. But, you know, I don't have an opinion about it, really.
So you hadn't heard of her. So what prompted you to Google her?
Well, I mean, here's the thing. I mean, I have kind of a confession to make. I really didn't Google her. I didn't want to out the person that told me this information. And so it really was just word on the street. So in my way of saying I could blame it on Google. If you Google her, you can't find, I don't think you will find anything. But regardless, I just feel like.
I mean, if you Google, you see that she's done a lot of work with another outlet.
I haven't. Yeah.
Okay, so you said you had Googled her, but you really hadn't.
No.
You really had heard some gossip about her.
Yes.
What had you heard?
I mean, I don't want to go into that because, to be honest, I mean, I just don't think it's a fair thing to do, especially because, again, I was trying to figure out kind of, you know, where it was true. But really, it was just the energy that I got that made me feel some type of way. But
what energy? Because actually there was no interaction. So for there to be
you have an energy about you.
About what?
Everybody feels that way about you.
Really? Because I haven't really been around anyone.
Yes.
I haven't been around anyone.
It's just energy.
But what energy?
Hold on,
I haven't been around you.
I can't explain it to you.
And you would have to be able to explain it, seeing that you said that as soon as you interact with me or see me in the situation or in the building.
I don't know any other way to explain it. It just
so
wasn't a
what
good vibe.
energy is there because you haven't been around me?
Hold on. When I was around you, I don't have to keep being around you to know
even
that
the
it wasn't a
first
good
interaction.
vibe.
Let's just talk about the first. What was it? Please.
I don't even remember, to be honest.
So what are you talking about?
Right, I just don't.
If
it's
it
not
was
memorable.
if it was so unmemorable, if it was
It's not.
If it was something that was so
What do
not
people say?
spectacular,
What do
or
people
so
say?
something so uninteresting, or
What do
something
people
that
say?
so
People
unforgettable.
remember
If I'm
how
so,
you made them feel. It doesn't.
How
it's
did that make
nothing
you
about
feel if you don't remember anything?
You made me feel like you had a bad vibe to you.
What bad vibe was that?
The essence of you.
Oh, really?
Yes.
So crazy.
The essence of you.
That's so crazy because before I even got on any of this, when it came down to it,
I don't argue.
It's not an argument. It's actually a discussion, right?
Okay.
Okay, cool. So with that being said, even when it came down to it, when I first heard of your name, nothing ever positive was said.
I don't care.
I
I've
understand.
never
what you
cared
feel.
about what nobody thought about
that's
me.
great.
Including you.
Yes,
So why do
that's
you care
great.
about what I feel about
That's
you?
great. No, I don't care what you feel about me. You decided
So what
to
are we
voice it.
talking about?
But you decided to voice it.
That's what we're here for, right?
Exactly.
Let's move on.
But you decided to voice it. So
Well, we
because
could-
you decided to voice it, here we are. If you really wanted to get to know me, if you really wanted to know anything about me, you would have came up to me and be like, hey,
You're right,
I'm Shayla.
I would.
With nothing to do or say. I have nothing about me going on. So therefore, hi, CJ, what's going on?
Oh,
Sweetie, it could be
I don't
sweet,
have
it could be
to
beloved,
explain anything
it could
to
be
you,
anything.
though.
Because the thing
I don't
about
care.
it is,
The
the
reason why I
reality of it is,
the reality
this
is what?
entire time, you got everything to say
Why
out
is
your
so much passion?
dirty, dusty mouth
Why is
about
so much
me.
passion?
You got questions. No, because come ask me.
Girl,
Come ask me.
It's not even that
No,
serious.
come ask me. If
It's
it's not that
not.
serious, then why you got my fucking name in your
Oh, I don't.
You did. A
I
whole
don't.
conversation with her.
I don't.
Okay, hold on. CJ.
You're not Googleable, babe. You're not Googleable. I get Jonesy, CJ,
Shayla.
in the J.
Shayla.
Gossip. Nothing popped up, babe.
Shayla.
Shayla. is better than
Nothing.
you than talking to me.
All right, hold on.
I swear to God.
Hold on, CJ. Let's take a beat.
swear.
Let's take a beat. Jet. Jet.
Jeez.
Jet. Woo! We're gonna take a beat. Jet. So
That was something.
Shayla just said
Yeah.
that she did not necessarily see anything on Google, right? She came to you, and as opposed to going to CJ. And you said to her, we saw a clip where you said, you know what, you should talk to her. How do you feel about
Cause
that?
I'm a real one. That's how I get down. Don't ask me about nobody that you see me with. Ask me about me. If you want to ask somebody about them, ask them. And that's what I told her when she asked me. I kept it funky with her. You know what I'm saying? Cause that's me. I'm always keep it 1,000. You know what I'm saying? Cause
So what do you
at the
think about-
beginning, at the end of the day, that was my best friend. So I had her back before I had anybody else around here back initially.
So what do you think about Shayla just saying that she lied about actually seeing information on
A
Google?
lot of journalists lie to keep their sources private. You know, sometimes you got to do what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? And not tell nobody business. So if she's a journalist and she wants to keep her sources, that's her business. You
Where's
see what
the
I'm saying?
1099 for being a journalist, bro?
What are you talking about?
Shut the up. Because what you're saying is garbage. You just said it, idiot.
CJ.
Idiot, bro.
CJ.
Fire her, bro.
CJ.
Why you
Say
mad, bro?
anything. You obviously
You're not
are
even
really
here.
upset. Is this solely because she asked about your past? And
Yes.
and took it to
Yes.
to Jet.
Yes.
This is why you're this upset.
Yes.
It feels like there's something else.
No.
Tequila.
No.
This is it.
It's definitely not tequila because it would be the same energy every single
I
time.
was supposed to interview CJ.
We had an introduction at Southside Dash.
Okay.
Where the team got together for the first time and they were doing hot topics.
Okay.
Shayla, we introduced CJ as the new member of the team, and Shayla let her know that there were some things that she found out about and that she wanted to give her the opportunity to give clarity to it.
Okay.
CJ does not want to talk about any of those things.
Yeah.
And I understand that she doesn't want to talk about any of those things. What I always tell her is that if these things are presented to you, that is your opportunity to give clarity or shut it down.
Okay.
She can either say, I don't want to talk about it, or she can give her perspective of what happened so that it's coming from her mouth and it's her narrative.
100%.
Okay.
And that's always what I tell CJ.
Yes.
But Shayla already knew what she knew.
Okay. Shayla. Now seeing where we are today, knowing that you guys have to continue to work together, you obviously both bring something valuable to the team. Do you regret the way you handled the situation asking about going to Jet to ask about CJ? Do you regret the way that you handled the situation?
No. I don't.
Oh, y'all here, boy.
Yeah, wow. Okay. All right. So that's where we are.
Most of the team does not have to interact with each other.
Okay.
Because, as you know, if we're going out to an event or we're doing one-on-ones, they're not doing it together.
Okay.
So they don't actually see each other regularly at all. I don't think they've seen each other in a very,
Until today.
very long time.
Thank God. Look at God. Why don't he do it every time? Swear to God.
So you
I
had-
never thought about you.
Swear. I pray that she's
again.
never there. Oh my God, when I walk in, I'm like, God,
Again,
please
never
let her
again.
not be here. Please let her not be here.
This
Oh
can't
my
be
God,
great for the team, though.
This
energy can't be
no.
great for the team.
So here's the thing. I come from a team that I've worked with before that when they are introduced, whether it's on camera, whether it's behind the scenes, one thing I ain't gonna do, especially with somebody new, is ask you on camera anything about your background. Are we done? Because I'm finished. Y'all have fun and be safe. I gotta go.
Say, are y'all done? 'Cause I'm finished.
Stupid. Tapping on the other side of the couch, two that don't even like each other. Kick rocks, bro. No, keep that all the way 100 and real. Y'all don't even like each other. Y'all don't like nobody. They don't like each other. Close the door.
I'm the one they cannot stand, but trust they my biggest fan. They stay.
And we are back with the ladies of N'Style Atlanta Uncut. All right, so let's switch gears. The story of Lena captivated our audience and showed us the resilience, vulnerability, and powerful resurgence of a woman who was loyal and trusting to a fault, serving 2 prison sentences for holding down people that she loved. The Fed diva navigated this season with grace and beauty, and everyone is rooting for her. All right, Carmen, we watched a very heartfelt scene between you and Lena when she came home. First of all, tell us how you got to know Lena and how did her experience affect you?
I met Lena through a mutual friend a few years ago, and I was very intrigued by her story, and I've always just felt really passionately about Lena moving through this journey that she's on and getting to the other side. When we had that conversation before she left for prison, it was heartbreaking, but I was like, you know, I believe that you are here for a reason and that your story is gonna touch other people. There's a reason why you have this experience. And so I always tell her, you know, there's no test without testimony. And I think that this is her time to share what she's been through so that it can touch other people, so that it can help other people. And I believe that she can do that. I just need her to believe in herself.
Let me ask you, because that was a touching scene we saw, and initially when the season started, we saw her leave. How hard was it for you to actually say goodbye to your friend, or at least see you later?
Yeah.
How hard was it for you to do that? And then she was gone during COVID.
Yeah, it was difficult. We went to breakfast a few days before she left. And, you know, you kind of just don't want to wear your feelings on your skin because you want her to go in and just be as strong as she possibly can. But it was heartbreaking, and I was just like, whatever I can do, you know, whatever we can get started and then continue when you come home, that's what we're going to do.
Yeah.
And I just need you to remember that and believe that, so that while she was away, that she knew that she was coming home to something.
So Lena, before you went away, I saw an interview you did where you talked about basically the effects of being a ride or die chick, right? And that resulted in you having to go back after spending time in prison years before.
Yes.
Your relationships with men seem to be a key part of what gets you often in a bad situation. Do you feel like you've learned from that, or what have you learned?
Yeah, it's the part that hasn't healed. You know, I still go through therapy, you know, and I'm still in therapy, and then, you know, it trickles to every man that I date. They're taking something from me, you know, and it's crazy how much I would give to another person and how they abuse it, you know, but I realize that it has a lot to do with what I didn't get when I was younger, you know. My family was very abusive, you know, and of course, nobody wants to admit abuse, you know. It looks different in different ways to people. But like I said, when you go through so much trauma, hey, you just, you get mixed up with the wrong people, because people will give you false love. You have no discernment. Thank you. Yeah, you have no discernment. You have no, it's just like you just want to be wanted. You want to be loved, you know?
But like I said, we're proud of you. I mean, the beautiful thing is you have this tribe of women around you. You have, obviously, you know, a sister friend here that has brought you on. And then you have Arturo here,
Yes,
who
he
has
believes
stepped
in me.
and believes in you. And I want to ask you, Arturo, when you hear, you know, we've heard Lana talk about how she was a ride or die chick, right?
Yeah.
And even how there are certain men that would take advantage of that. What is your advice to her? Because I know outside of just the manager-client relationship, there has to be a friendship as well. So what is your advice to her when talking about dealing with men and, you know, her getting back out there and dating? What do you want her to know about herself before she gets into a relationship?
I care about Lena.
Yeah.
I see the creative gift that she has. I see the woman that she is. She's multifaceted. You know, her son is playing ball in college, and he could advance to the NBA, and, you know, she's got, you know, the house, and she's, you know, working, and all of these pieces, you know. So I'm always, hey, don't blow it. You stay the course. You stay focused on what you need to.
Right.
You know, so it's yeah.
That's a lot. Let me ask you, because that scene was hard to watch, right, Lena? Seeing Arturo notice the bruise, and then your response to him was that you appreciate it, but yet it made you uncomfortable that he cared. Can you talk a little bit about what you were feeling at that time and why you did seem defensive?
Well, again, when you are surrounded by false love, false care, so if someone genuinely cares about you, it does make me uncomfortable. And again, this is going to be years and years of therapy. This is not something that I'm going to get to overnight where I'm going to be just this great person. I just feel that when people genuinely care, it's not real. So to see that in him, it just made me say, it just made me uncomfortable because I'm very untrusting. It takes a lot for me to trust now, more so than ever before.
Yeah.
And everybody that I come in contact with is suspect to me now. I don't know what their motives are. I don't know if they're really genuine. And now that I have all of this going on, I meet people, and even people from my past that I've been knowing 30 years, I question their motive, I question their intent, I question everything. So I'm a walking fucking nutcase.
This last situation, this last prison sentence that you did involved a very high-level celebrity, high-level R&B singer, and also your co-defendant did get in trouble as well, but they were actually in a relationship, and you guys were all involved, you know, very, very close. How do you feel at this point about them? Because we know that they have a, you know, a platform, a lot of people know them, and a lot of people are saying, you know, if this other celebrity didn't get in trouble, you know, they feel like you're kind of being a little bit, you know, maybe a little bit of haterade in there. So how do you feel about, you know, just responding to the fact that these are people with very high profiles?
Well, I never really, Shantae Moore is a mid-level celebrity, okay? She did a lot, everyone knows her, okay? Shantae got a man and she's had a lot of men, but point I'm trying to make is the man that she has now is questionable, but I'm gonna let her have it because she getting her coin. She made sure that she picked someone that would look at her and be at awe because she's a beautiful woman, she sings well, but she know what I know, and she loves bad boys. My co-defendant, a stone cold bad boy. She was smitten by him. She would write him notes, love letters. She would write him cards, leave it by the bed with long soliloquies of love. So with that being said, I'm not bashing her because she's a woman.
Right.
You know, and I get it. She got caught up with him just like I did.
Right.
He finessed her just like he finessed me.
Right.
But my only thing is, girl, you knew what you knew. Ain't no it's no haterade at all because I'm just as beautiful as you. And your career, you know, ain't that great, but you use the right to get what you need.
Carmen, what do you want for Lena moving forward, and what is the vision that you have for her with N'Style Atlanta?
With N'Style Atlanta, we tried the on-camera media personality. I don't feel like that is her. I don't think that's her mission.
Okay.
I would like for her to finish her book. I've been talking to her about finishing that book for a long time, so I would like for her to finish that book.
Okay.
I know that Lena has dabbled in producing, so if that's something that she wants to do moving forward, I would love to help her with that. But I do think that her mission is to actually share her story and reach women and young girls that
could be going through experiences that she has experienced. And if I can use my platform to help her do that, that's what I would like to do.
And the prison ministry.
Yes.
You know, Jamal is a good confidant of mine, and you know,
Pastor Jamal Bryant.
Yes, yes. And I'm trying to help with prison reform and prison ministry. So therefore, you know, he and I share a lot of time together talking about that and what that looks like, you know, to help young girls and anybody at that point.
I would like for Lena to find love, a healthy love. And if that makes her a first lady, then so be it.
Well, let me heal first, okay? Just let me heal first.
Let Lena heal.
Yeah, just let me heal first.
We'll see what the good
Or
pastor
be
says.
healed. No, I'm just playing, I'm just playing.
I'm the one they cannot stand, but trust they my biggest fan.
Let's switch gears. As a media correspondent, you're always in front of the camera, and your personal and professional style is important to your brand and the brand you work for. But it seems our resident peace and loving vegan is a little green when it comes to putting together her red carpet looks. So CJ takes Sky to see fashion designer Nat Taylor for a style intervention. Let's take a look.
Hi, I'm Nat Taylor. I'm a fashion designer, singer, stylist, and just an all-around creative.
I just have my set look, you know. I'm very relaxed and bohemian and very peace and
Lisa Bonet.
Exactly. Boom. I'm very Lisa Bonet.
Well, we're gonna do a polished version of Lisa Bonet. Guy, she did just mention Lisa Bonet as her style inspiration. I'm not sure if that's a good inspo, but we can use it as a base to build on and create a specific look for Sky.
Okay, now Sky,
Yes.
I've known you for years. You've been doing this for years. How important is your image to you when you're out there on those red carpets?
It's not.
I think she said Sky, not Jet.
Okay, sorry.
Thank you very much.
Now. Give a damn.
Seriously, so
Girl.
how much thought do you put into what you're going to put on before you go to the
So
red carpet?
some people, for some, it's easier
Okay.
to put everything together.
And you're not on your
Oh
back.
my gosh, this is a question too. Jet Black.
I'm sorry.
Can I
It's a
please
touchy
answer?
subject here. Sorry.
I know exactly.
'Cause
Just
I get
because Jet might always be all polished, looking on the red carpet, like I said, for some people it's a challenge, and for me, yes, it's almost like an anxiety. Whenever I have to get ready to do a red carpet, Lord knows that I'm about to call up Carmen and ask her. I don't know what to do. Why? Because I'm very relaxed and laid back. Now you tell me, like, hey, we're going to the gym, put together your outfit. Okay, I'm all on point.
Okay.
I'm gonna wear, I wanna be comfortable. I don't wanna walk around in stilettos all the time. But give me a nice fancy pair of sneakers, I'm good. But I understand that that's not always the look that we have to go for. So, but because I'm almost like a perfectionist, and if I don't look perfect on the carpet, and I know I don't wanna make people mad because of the way that she looks, because I know I get that a lot.
CJ, you actually took her, and I felt like that was done from a caring place. You were trying to help.
Yeah, it was a fun little situation that we did. It wasn't to come down on Sky, because at the end of the day, it wasn't to say, Sky, you need to wear this, or Sky, you need to wear that. It was more of a, Sky, what's your thing? So how can we take your thing and make it work with where it goes with the flow of everything that's going on? So that's why I said something like Lisa Bonet, because at the end of the day, that bohemian look, it can completely be dressed up and fancy, but you gotta follow through completely with it. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it's still you.
Right.
Because we want you to be comfortable.
Like sometimes I need help in that area. So what my style is, y'all know my style. It's easy for me to do my hair like this. No, my mama didn't do my hair growing up. So it's different when your mama has different hair than you and she doesn't know what to do with it. You know, and no, did I go to a hairstyle? No, there was none of that. So it's like coming into this whole world, now it's like I have to look like all the fabulous people out there. And sometimes I don't feel so fabulous because I know like my clothes might look like I won't look as fancy as a Jet or like how you look.
I mean, but honestly though, I'm sorry, not to cut you off. And that's the thing, I guess, what we were trying to get at with Nat. It's more of what is comfortable for you. So we can just take what you like in what you prefer to wear and just jazz it up with a 1 or 2. Because baby, at the end of the day, please don't do that, Sky.
Oh my God. No,
Babe,
you
please
can't
don't.
cry, dog. No, and we know what it's not. You gotta be yourself.
Yeah,
like it's not even
exactly.
like
So
a
that's-
large.
So
you.
let's
I know
let's
you
bring
fucking
Franz
lying.
in
I was gonna
because
say, so that's
yeah.
really what branding is, right? so
Yeah,
it's
you
about
gotta bring
taking
yourself.
yourself and applying it
and
to the culture.
evolving it, right? It's not.
So
you,
when I spoke with you outside, one of the biggest things that I said is not that the clothes make the man, or in this case, the woman. It's the woman that makes the clothes. Right. So in the place and the intention of Carmen, the intention of CJ was to get that for you to see that for
Pull it
yourself,
out of you.
right?
You don't have to
so
look
some
like
of the
nobody
things
else.
Also in a city where everything is based on looks.
Right.
And that's
but-
where you don't, not to cut you
No, you
off, but
good,
that's
yeah.
where you don't give a damn at. You
Absolutely.
come in and you
Fuck
dress
this
how
city.
you want to dress. Like me, you could catch me on the carpet. I got on flats. I got on sneakers, but I'm going to jazz it up. The last carpet we went to the movie premiere. I had on my brim hat and I had on some riding boots that were flat. You don't always have to have on heels. You don't always have to dress up. It's in you, baby. It's not on you. So if you want to be fly and whatever feels good to you, then you do that. And I done told you that you can't be around here being no punk and crying and stuff. You can't care about what nobody be talking about you, because at the end of the day, I got your back. So if somebody got a problem with something you got on, get what? Come get me. Come what they gonna do?
And really,
Nothing.
that's the reason you've been here for so long.
Exactly.
Like if
you
you
are
think
you.
about it, you've been here from the jump street, right? So
Well,
if
I
you
ain't never
think
seen
about
you
it,
cry 20
that's
years.
your brand. So let your brand be free, but allow it to be applied. Allow the people around you
Cause
to
they gonna be like,
bedazzle
oh, I wanna wear that. Oh, I wanna look like her. She's so cute, it's a butterfly. You are you. Dress like you. Don't dress like nobody else. Oh, you got that on. Okay, so I'm gonna try to match you. No, don't match nobody else. You be you by yourself. Cause me, I'm gonna put it on. And I don't give a damn about what nobody else think about what I'm wearing. Cause get what? I spent my money to buy it. You didn't buy it for me. So if you not paying for nothing, don't tell me what to put on.
Like
Don't tell me how to wear it.
The fact that you came in here with your beautiful braids, that's what we expect you to do. Because that's you, but you did it in a beautiful way. The way your makeup is like set and fabulous, the heart that you got right here, you put your Sky touch on it. And then, to be honest, even though you don't really wear stuff like this, it's
fly.
like, that's Sky.
That's fly.
I was gonna ask you, like, what do you think about Sky's
It's
outfit
fly.
today?
I said, okay, she stepped through. I see you. You know what I'm saying? You got,
I had a stylist.
but that's okay.
But you got the bedazzle.
It don't matter.
But she brought you out.
Lisa Nicole, thank you. Because Sky would have worn.
And that's, but that's okay.
But you feel comfortable in what Lisa Nicole put you in. So you found something that
Right.
makes you feel comfortable, that brings your personal style out. Sky has a stylist. Shouts out to Lisa Nicole. You look amazing tonight.
Sorry. Trying to get you right.
And it looks like your girl got you together.
That's what's up.
Lisa Nicole and her daughter got it together. You guys stay right there. We'll be right back with more from the ladies of N'Style Atlanta Uncut.
When they cannot stand, but trust they my biggest fan.
Long-lasting friendships were tested to their breaking point. Group dynamics changed and priorities shifted. The relationship between CJ and Jet Black blew up at Lena's celebratory dinner, leaving everyone surprised and confused.
I noticed some tension in the room. Let's just keep it real. When I walked in the room, nobody really spoke to me, but I'm okay with that. And why I'm okay with that is because I'm me.
I feel like in order for us to all work together, we probably need to talk about why we haven't all seen each other in a long time.
Coronavirus. I'm not mad at CJ. I don't with CJ. That's two different things. I don't get mad. I don't rock with CJ anymore because of the way she moves.
What I'm saying is that in order for this all to work, and we flow in a way that there's no hostility, or at least everyone is.
There ain't no hostility anyway. Like, I don't give a enough to have hostility. People come into your life for a season, a reason, or a lifetime. Her season has ended. It is over. Change like the wind. I'm done.
There was so much that happened during the pandemic that we didn't see. Jet, earlier in the season, you actually referred to CJ as your best friend. We even saw you defend her when Shayla Googled her. So what happened during the pandemic that caused the two of you guys to lose that connection, that friendship?
Well, it was a lot. A lot I'd rather not mention. From way back when, yes. It started like way back, and that was pretty much the straw that broke the camel's back, so.
How do you guys go from being best friends to the energy that we saw at Lena's dinner?
Well, I hadn't seen her in like a year before that day, and no one said, that she was coming, so that maybe we could have a conversation prior to. So it's like, hello, surprise, I'm here, and it's just like everything that happened in the past pretty much came back, and then it was just like words were exchanged, and then it was what it was. Okay. Thanks, Arturo.
Okay, Arturo.
Yes.
You had something to do with that. What was
messy Melvin? Then mess it down, Melvin.
Arturo, what was your purpose? Why did you invite CJ to be your special surprise guest to the dinner?
Yeah, I think all of the ladies are incredible, and I think they all have talents. I've voiced that so many times, and I think as adults, and as people that know each other, you're gonna have times that you get along, that you don't. Something was said. Listen, we gotta address it because the real thing is getting to it. Let's get to the success. Let's get to framing up to generate some money, right? And that's the whole gist of any and everything. So that's always my angle. Now, did I know it was going to be what it was going to be?
Boy, stop.
No.
Don't do that. Yes, you did.
I didn't.
Are you serious?
I didn't.
Seriously?
You ain't got to lie, Craig. You ain't got to lie. I think you did. I think you knew.
I thought you guys would butt heads, but I didn't think you guys would like.
How?
And even for me, I don't think that you went that extreme to.
I'm not about to argue with her on camera.
Yeah, I get it. I mean, but I think you guys went not that extreme in me. I mean, but I'm a guy.
So Arturo, you brought CJ with the intent of helping them squash whatever was happening.
Yes.
How?
That was your intent.
That was my intent.
How?
I don't understand how you would do that because nobody knew what was going on for real. So what I had pretty much was internal, and then it was something else, you know what I'm saying, that added to that. So how would you know?
It was a forced conversation at the end of the day. That's really what it was. It was a forced conversation.
But you know what? I would take that. You know why?
Why?
Messy Melvin. We done told you it's Messy Melvin.
I don't think that it could happen if it wasn't just like, hey, you know what?
You really made it worse,
do
bro.
The hard work.
Like you really made it worse.
CJ, what did you want to happen? Because you knew you were coming to the party. You knew who was going to be there.
Nothing.
What was your intent?
Nothing. I didn't know I was coming to that party like that.
So you didn't know she was going to be there?
I figured she was going to be there, but it wasn't a thing of like, oh, come on, let's talk. No.
Did you miss Jet?
I always will miss her. Absolutely.
Okay. So,
I mean, for me to sit here and say like, oh, hell no, like that would be dumb as hell. That means that we never actually had like a real friendship. Like, of course I miss her. It is what it is.
How did you feel after everything transpired?
It was bullshit. I still feel like it's bullshit, which is why I'm trying to figure out why we are sitting here right now for what?
Jet, she said she missed you. Did you miss her? Because you guys were friends. I mean, this is a friendship that goes back years, span like decades. It's so much more than just N'Style Atlanta. This is actually like sister friends.
It was the world saw how I am and how I was. And the fact that it was things every now and then would come back that it's not loyal things can't keep happening.
For real, this whole conversation is really dumb and stupid. Let it go. Because the thing about it is, can't even talk about what we really need to talk about, so therefore let it go. I'm not gonna sit here and keep on doing this walk around the park. This dumb. Y'all sit here and act dumb. Bro, no, I am talking to you, cause you know.
I have no idea. I'm sitting here waiting to see what.
So you know what? I'm gonna do what I do best. Y'all figure out something else to talk about when y'all ready to bring everybody out back in this and wrap this, cause I'm ready to go, cause we can't talk. And you know that.
If I say Nina, if I say, and guess what y'all gotta do right now? You gotta bleep that out. That. Bro, figure out something else. I'm done. Over this. Figure it out.
Child. Kumbaya, my Lord, kumbaya.
Jet.
Yes.
Is there a possibility for the future for you guys to talk, just the two of you all outside the cameras?
That's the thing. There's nothing to talk about. That's what I'm saying. It's too much. It's deeper than rap. It's more than this.
Right.
It's before this. You know, things that went down. That okay, I forgive you, and then okay, I forgive you, and then something else, which was the straw that broke the camel's back. So that all that comes back. You know what I'm saying? You can't keep doing to a person that with you the long way, which I did, which everybody saw the way I rocked with her. Like I was ready to rock everybody for her.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you can't keep doing it and think I'm gonna be cool with it. Dead.
Candace, what do you have to say about
Nothing.
yourself?
Because none of this is made what the fuck I can bring out. So
Okay.
None of this is made for it. So I'm gonna keep it real cute and gangster right now. I ain't even nobody in here is built for what the fuck I can do. So I'm gonna keep it real cute.
Yeah, that one does something.
And keep it gangster. I ain't got time for that. You know, that's why she did what she gone, girl.
So Arturo,
Yeah,
I don't know what you had did,
Messy.
but obviously what you tried to do did not work.
Yeah.
You realized that you were in something that you probably had no idea.
I didn't know I didn't know I was in 10 feet. You know, I'm thinking I'm in 3 feet
You
water.
knew you was in dark water.
It was a moment of truth. That's what I know. That's ultimately
He sound like
what.
Lion King.
No. I mean, honestly, from an honest point, it's about, hey, let's get these women together. I know it's gonna be hard, but listen, they've been knowing each other 20 years. What are we talking about? If there was really some in my brain going on, right, we really wouldn't be here, right?
Arturo,
Yeah.
it didn't work for you. You may need to stay out of women's business.
Yeah,
Louis.
you might need to go
want to
ahead
stay
and
out of
rock.
women's business.
Yeah. Let me go apologize to CJ.
Go ahead, apologize. Go ahead. Messy boot, Betsy. Go ahead.
Yeah. I think you did good. I think you did good. I apologize, but I think you did good. I think you needed to face it. It is what it is.
That's not gonna work for me. So.
All right, you accept my apology?
I think about it.
You gonna leave my hand out there?
Absolutely. Go ahead.
But I apologize.
Give me a second. I'll be right back out.
CJ wasn't the only new team member this season. We were also introduced to newcomer Jordan, aka Miss J. Jordan hit the ground running, and it looks like she may rise up through the ranks very quickly. Jordan, you joined the N'Style Atlanta team after Destiny, and it looks like there may be a little friendly competition. Do you have any advice on how Destiny may be able to, be a little bit more effective with her assignments?
Well, she can definitely take a page out of my book and show up on time. That's virtually and in person. I mean, I love Destiny, but sis, you represent the brand. You got to put out a good name for yourself and for the brand as well. So show up on time. Whether it's 15 minutes, you coming 2-3 hours away. Make sure you get your makeup done earlier. Make sure you in the car 3 hours before you need to be here. So at least that way if you run into traffic, you can be there on time. Because it don't look good. It's not a good look.
It's not, I agree, and I'm definitely gonna get better with my time management. I'm also gonna work harder to be presentative at different events. But, Jordan, you're not gonna take my spot, no disrespect.
Oh, I don't believe you. It ain't about taking your spot, baby. You never really had one.
We definitely gonna be,
You never really had one.
Oh, it's
been 3 years and you still can't be on time, sis.
Oh, but I'm definitely going to. And I'm
Okay,
definitely
we'll
going to
see.
make a believe out of everybody who doubted me, for sure. So you don't have
Everybody
to,
raise
and I'm
their hand
glad
that
you
they
don't.
definitely gonna be on
And I'm
time.
glad you don't either. I'm glad you feel how you feel. So
Anybody
it's
who
definitely
thinks Destiny
coming.
will be
It's
on time.
definitely coming.
She gonna be on time.
Okay.
Y'all nobody gotta believe it.
There
though.
is a spot
There's,
for
that's the
everybody
thing.
on the
I don't
team.
care what nobody thinks.
My only competition is myself, so I ain't worried about
Exactly.
you
Ain't no
trying to come and take
competition
my
at all,
spot.
but it's coming. Like I'm definitely. It doesn't. I guess what I'm trying to say is it doesn't matter if she started after me or not. I'm still gonna get it done, but
How many interviews
keep going,
have you
CJ.
done?
Huh?
How many interviews have you done?
It doesn't matter. And that's not your business.
Really question.
And it's up to me to answer it or not.
Destiny, Carmen, how do you feel about the two newest additions to the team, both Destiny and Jordan?
At the end of the day, everybody that's on these sofas are here because I believe in their talent. There's something that I see in each and every person that has joined the team. So there's a spot for everyone, but it is up to them to keep it. And I'll leave it at that.
That's fair. All right, so before we get out of here, all right, I just want to make sure that the floor is clear. If anyone has anything to get off their chest, this would be a good time to do that. Anyone have any last minute words or thoughts?
Well, apparently Destiny was asking who the new girl was. And clearly she hasn't found out. She will be finding out soon.
I don't have to find out.
Well, okay.
My
Well, don't
and I have no shame
don't
against nobody,
inquire when
but
you
I'm
sit across
definitely
from me eating
gonna-
tacos and rice and beans. But that's the thing. Hold on, CJ. Because the thing is, she sat across from me and ate tacos and beans and rice, and she talked to me 3 different times and still didn't get to know who I was. She went and asked Jet who I was. So therefore, if you wanted to know who I was, you should have came and asked me. Jet can't tell you who I am. Can't nobody tell you who I am until you come and ask me, then you'll find out.
That was before. Wait, Jordan.
And I can ask what I want
What
to
you will
ask.
find out with this
So,
team,
that's what I
if somebody
mean.
want to know something about you,
And if
they just
take
gonna
how you
ask
wanna
somebody
take
else
it.
on Google.
Well, you can ask whoever you want
But
to,
I'm
but
just saying,
can't nobody
that's how
tell
you
you who
want
I
to
am
take it.
until
It was
you come and ask
before.
me.
Make it about her again. Okay, hold on, okay.
Well, casually you sat in front of me 3 different times.
Like, one thing about it, I say it one time, I can say it a million times again.
Destiny, meet Jordan. Jordan, meet Destiny. We're good?
Now y'all don't have
We're
to
good?
Google each other.
Okay.
I'm Googleable, so.
Well, you know.
Well, soulmates, it's been a sizzling season so far, and we can't wait to see what's next. I'm Crystal Jordan, and thank you so much for tuning in for N'Style Atlanta Uncut, The Reckoning, right here on FOXSOUL.
I'm the one they cannot stand, but just stay my biggest fan. I'm the one they cannot stand, but just stay my biggest fan. They stay talking about me, and they stay thinking about me. I'm that bitch, it ain't my fault. They hoes talk about me like they blogs. I'm the one they cannot stand, but just stay my biggest fan. I'm the one they cannot stand.